Welcome to A Quest for Metal. Today we're doing Bathory, ranking my Bathory albums from my least favourite to my favourite. I did it in a tier list before, but we know we're redoing it in this format because it's more fun and you get more time with the albums. So, before I get started with my list, let me know down below what's your favourite Bathory album of all time, what's your least favourite, and let's fucking get started. So, coming in last, you'll know the albums that are coming in last. Octagon is last for me. It's probably the only album I actually dislike from Bathory. So it kind of stands on its own kind of entity where it's like, the others kind of tried the kind of more punky kind of sound, or maybe just thrashy sound, you could say. And they kind of worked. This one didn't. This one didn't work. Don't like the arrangements, don't like any of the guitars in it, don't like the sound of it. It's awful. Yeah, this is the only album I can say that I dislike by Bathory. So, which is sad, because they almost had a flawless discography, but this album had to fuck it up, didn't it? It had to fuck it up. So yeah, this is going in last, I'm afraid, for my personal preference. Prefer the black metal stuff, prefer the more experimental stuff on the other albums that we'll get to soon. So, yeah, fuck this album, it's going last. So the other album, which I think works a bit better, is Requiem. I do think this is a bit better than Octagon. I think the kind of experimentation works a lot better on this. The thrashy nature of it works a lot better on this. Songs like Prostitution, Requiem, you know, the catchy, the fun, the thrashy. War Machine, Suffocate. Interesting songs on here. I do not dislike it like I do Octagon. I do think they tried something different. I think it works on this one. Doesn't work on that. So that's the reason why it's a little bit higher. But again, the sound of it isn't the sound I want from Bathory. I want Viking-y shit. I want black metal shit. I don't want thrashy, kind of punky stuff. You know, that's not what I really want. Same if you watch my Dark Throne ranking. The crust-punky stuff, you know, it's last. It's last. Not a big fan of it. Again, not a big fan of it here. So, it's going in a bit last. Coming in next, Destroyer of Worlds. This is a step up. Those two were like, well, I mean, the first one was like, holy shit. That one was like, pretty good. Now it's like, these albums are fucking awesome. So every other album now is pretty awesome. It's just something has to come a bit lower. And Destroyer of Worlds has to come a bit lower, I'm afraid. But some of the songs on here, Lake of Fire, mwah. Destroyer of Worlds, mwah. Ode, like the first fucking 3 songs, just poo poo poo. Poo poo poo, what are we in India? The fucking first 3 songs, amazing. Love them to pieces. It's a long album though, you know, it is a fucking long album. It's over an hour long. But I do think it keeps your attention the entire way through, and I do think it has some kick-ass songs like the ones I mentioned on. So, yeah, I like this album. Destroyer of Worlds is a good fucking Bathory album. We're getting into the good shit now, so I'm excited, because we're getting into the juicy shit. So next up is Nordland II, and I love this a lot more than the ones I mentioned, but still it pales in comparison to Nordland I. The songs on here still kick-ass though. Vinland, Seawolf, The Land. Great fucking songs on here, but again, nowhere near as good as the first one. It's still a great sound, and it's still a great album, but nowhere near as good as the fucking first one. And we'll get to that later. But for now, this is still great. It sounds like you're a Viking, you know, you're going to raid Linda's farm, it's back in those eras. Sounds like that. I love the authentic sound of these 2 albums, so yeah, I still really enjoy this album. So next up, Blood on Ice. Holy fuck. Holy fuck, this album's fantastic. The Lake, One-Eyed Old Man, that melody in One-Eyed Old Man, mwah. The Stallion, the Sword, the whole concept of this album, fucking fantastic. The story in it, fucking fantastic. Every song, fucking fantastic. This is a great album from start to finish. There's others I prefer. That's all I can say, there's others I prefer. Oh, I love this album though. I do love this album. So, I'm going to give it some love. It's fucking awesome. If you have it top, I'd even congratulate. I'd be like, yeah, I love this album, so I'm going to stop saying I love this album. But I'm going to say it one more time. I love this album. Next up, Twilight of the Gods. Fucking awesome Viking metal album after Hammerheart. Keeping the same kind of quality as that album did. Similar kind of themes. And some of these songs, holy shit. The title track? What was my voice doing then? The title track kicks fucking ass. Blood and Iron, the song Hammerheart. Fuck yes. This album slays. This album is the Viking metal that you know and love and that you want from these guys, and it fucking slays. But I do think some others are better, which we'll get to right fucking now. Next up, Hammerheart, some people's wands, and I adore this album. I do adore it, but I prefer the black metal stuff, for being honest, so you know that's all gonna be fucking, that's all gonna be like top. But I love this album still. Shores in Flames is fucking fantastic. One of the best opening songs in metal. And One Road to Asa Bay, holy fuck, one of the best longer songs in metal. That song is pure fucking perfection. And this album is fucking perfection. And this album is perfection. It's just, I have a preference. You know, I have a musical preference. I like black metal more than Viking metal, or whatever, you know, it is. So, you know, but you cannot do any wrong with Hammerheart, or Twilight of the Gods, or Blood and Ice. You can't do any wrong with any of them. So, me just putting it here doesn't mean it's bad. It means it's good. I just prefer the sound of other albums, so fuck it, sue me. Now this next one you're definitely going to sue me for. The Return. Bathory, yes. Yes, Nordland 1's higher. Yes. Yeah, the debut's higher and all that shit. This one, in my opinion, I love it to pieces. It's pioneering as fuck, as people say. Fenriz, I think, said that as well, one of his favourites. I love it to pieces, I just don't think it's as good as any of the other earlier ones. I still think it's awesome, I just don't think it's as good as... It's not as catchy. The songs aren't as catchy as the debut. I love the songs on the debut. The songs aren't as evil as in Under the Sign of the Black Mark. Holy fuck. Are not as epic as Blood, Fire, Death, so I'm not too sure why this one is considered the best by them. So I'm gonna be fucking triggering and stepping on people's toes by saying it's not the best by them. It's a really good album. 10 out of 10. I put it higher than Hammerheart. 10 out of 10. But I don't think it's as good as those. And that's just going by my opinion. So, you know, fuck me, right? But yeah, it's going here. I still love it. Still love all the songs in it. It's dark. It's kind of evil. But it's not as evil as some of the others. And it's not as dark as the first. So, it's in a kind of a weird spot for me. It's in a weird spot for me. So, yeah, it's going fucking here. Next is Nordland 1. This will piss people off. Yeah, this is really high. I fucking adore this album. I'm just going to read to you all the songs because all the songs are killer. Nordland, fucking amazing. Winterblot, Dragon Breath, Ring of Gold, the melody in that. Forever Dark Woods, the melody in that. Holy fucking shit. So many good, folky, Viking metal songs on this album. Massive step up from Nordland 2. Like, I think it's just way better. Miles better. And I adore every single song on it. Forever Dark Woods. Atmospheric as fuck. I absolutely adore it. One of my favourite albums of all fucking time. I'm not just going to go by, you know, mainstream pick and put like Return top and all that shit. Hammerheart top. This is going fucking high. I love Nordland 1. It's going high. So next is the debut. Bathory. More thrash metal. More like black and thrash than actual black metal. But that's pretty much where all black metal bands started, right? You know, they all started to do that first. So, but holy shit, they did it so goddamn well. War, the song, amazing. Hades, Reaper, and one of my favourite songs by Bathory of all goddamn time, Necromancy. So good. So good, that song. Adore this album from start to finish. Short, catchy, keep repeating it over and over. Fucking good. It's fucking good. So I love it. Now comes the hard decision. And for me, it's not really a hard decision. Because there's one that's just always stood the test of time for me. So number 2 is Under the Sign of the Black Mark. Probably, I'm going to be objective and say the best Bathory album. If you want black metal, the best Bathory album. The riffs on here, slay. The songs, fantastic from start to finish. If I want to put it 1. I really want to put it 1. I do think it's the best Bathory album. But I prefer Blood, Fire, Death. It's hard. It's hard like that. But this album is flawless. I can't fault this goddamn album. Woman of Dark Desires. Holy shit. Equimanthorn. Holy shit. Enter the Eternal Fire. That riffage. Yeah, you know, this album's flawless. I want to put it on top. I'm going to put, for the first time ever, we'll do a joint top what? No, that goes against it. Goes against it, but I want to. This album's flawless. I think you should all check it out. I think you should all love it. Cherish it. Keep it close to your heart. Rub it till it moans and squirts all over you. Fuck yes, this album's amazing. And it pains me to put it at number 2, but it is number 2. That only leaves number 1, which you know what it is? Blood, Fire, fucking Death. This is the fucking middle porridge. This is the nice porridge. The mixture of the Viking and the black. And they do it so goddamn well. So goddamn well. It's still black, but it's epic black with Viking flares to it. And holy shit, I love all the songs on here. The song Blood, Fire, Death, one of my favourite songs of all time. One of my favourite songs of all time. When he's screaming the chorus, I think I'm just going to go up to war. So I'm going to charge off to war song. Holy shit. A Fine Day to Die. The melody in that. The fucking melody in that. For all those who died. For all those who fucking died. Pace Till Death. Yeah, this album's flawless again. Album's flawless. Easily my number 1. The album I heard that hooked me into them. Kept me there. Love it. I love it. 10 out of 10. So that's my list for Bathory. Let me know down below what's your favourite Bathory album of all time. Do you agree with my list? Do you hate my list? Do you agree with my face? Do you hate my face? Let me know down below and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.